All right, let's talk about something that can make or break any big project, sponsorship. You hear that word thrown around a lot, right? But it's so often misunderstood, and even more often, it's just not done well. We're going to break down what it really takes to get it right. So, why do so many changes, even the really good ones, just fail? It's a super frustrating feeling, right? You've got this great plan, an awesome team, a clear goal, and then somewhere along the line, it just loses steam. Well, 9 times out of 10, the culprit is weak or just plain ineffective sponsorship. Okay, let's get right into this because this is where things usually go off the rails. The myth is that a sponsor is just some senior leader with a fancy title who signs the checks and maybe shows up for a kickoff meeting. But the reality? No way. True sponsorship is an active, orchestrated process. It's about being a visible, vocal champion for the change, day in and day out. I love this quote because it really nails the shift in thinking we need. This isn't about being the boss at the top of the pyramid barking orders. It's much more like being the conductor of an orchestra, making sure all the different complex parts are playing together in harmony to make something incredible happen. So let's just put a pin in a clear definition here. Sponsorship is the process. It's where leaders use everything they've got, their position, their voice, their authority, to get everyone on the same page. And this is the crucial part, to make people feel like the change is theirs. So how do you actually do that? Well, it isn't some kind of magic. There's a playbook, a structured way to get from just a simple passive approval to real enthusiastic ownership all across the company. And here it is. It's a journey through 4 distinct stages. We start with alignment, then we move to commitment, then to ownership, and finally a stage that people almost always forget, renewal. We're going to walk through every single one. Okay, first up, the alignment phase. Think of this as the foundation of your house. If you rush this or you skip it, everything you try to build on top of it is going to be wobbly. So what does alignment actually look like in practice? Well, first, you literally map out everybody who has a stake in this thing. Not just who it affects, but who has influence. Then, you have to get crystal clear on what success means to each of these different groups, because I promise you, their answers will be different. The sponsor's real job here is to be the bridge, to facilitate the conversations that get everyone aimed at a shared goal. Now, this is a really important distinction. The goal here is not consensus. Trying to get everyone to agree on every single tiny detail is impossible. You'll be there forever. The goal is coherence. It's a shared understanding of the direction we're all heading and the why behind it. All right, so once you've got that coherence, you're ready for stage 2, the commitment phase. Alignment is awesome, but, talk is cheap. Now it's time to turn that shared understanding into real, visible action. And commitment has to be something people can see. As a sponsor, you end up wearing a few different hats. You're the lead communicator, making sure the message is always clear and consistent. You're the obstacle remover, jumping in to free up resources and solve problems. And maybe the most important job of all, you're the behavior modeler. You have to walk the walk and show everyone what the new way looks like. And to make that commitment really stick, you have to bake it into the system. This means linking it to performance goals. It means calling out and celebrating people who are embracing the new way. And it also means there have to be clear consequences when people actively work against the change. Commitment needs to have teeth. Now we come to a really critical turning point. Stage 3, the ownership phase. This is where a change stops being a temporary project and starts becoming the new normal, part of the company's actual DNA. The single biggest goal here is to transfer accountability. For a change to last, it can't belong to some special project team forever. It has to be picked up and owned by the regular, day-to-day teams and leaders in the business. Just look at the difference here. When a change is stuck in a project structure, it always needs someone from the outside pushing it along. It feels like someone else's job. But when it gets embedded into the regular line structure, it becomes self-sustaining. It's just how we do things around here now. And here's a super simple litmus test for you. Just listen to the words people are using. Are leaders still talking about their project, meaning the change team? Or have they started saying our new process, our system? That tiny shift in language from theirs to ours, that's the magic moment. That's when you know you've got real ownership. So ownership is transferred, the project is basically done. We're good to go, right? Well, not quite. The final stage is the one that so many organizations just totally forget about, the renewal phase. You see, great sponsorship isn't a straight line with a finish. Business never stands still. The market shifts, new people come in, challenges pop up. Sponsorship has to become a cycle, a regular rhythm that keeps the change healthy and relevant. So this means you periodically have to go back, revisit that stakeholder map. Are there new people you need to bring along? Reconfirm those commitments from your leaders. And most importantly, be willing to adapt the change to whatever new reality you're facing. This is what makes a change actually last. And when you zoom all the way out, that's really what this whole four-stage process is. It's a structured way to handle the messy human parts of change. It's a machine for turning a simple head nod of agreement into deep-seated ownership, and then turning that ownership into new behaviors that actually stick around. So, I'll leave you with this one question to take back with you. Take a really honest look at the big initiatives going on in your organization. Is your leadership truly sponsoring the change, going through this whole active process, or are they just approving it? The answer to that question could very well be the difference between success and failure.